So where do you have Mo Salah in terms of Premier League?
He's top 5.
history?
He's top 5.
You have him in top 5.
He's top 5.
All-time Premier history.
He's top 5.
You ain't got Vinny in your top 5.
Nah. This season, I don't think he's on Salah's level.
Yeah.
Personally.
If Lamine Yamal doesn't win a Ballon d'Or, I might just give up with this game now, bro.
Alright, guys, we're back. As you can already see right now. Cams, can I ask a question? Yeah.
Yes,
this
mate.
is like nothing to do with football, yeah?
Here we go, man.
Why do you wear a do-rag when you got a high top?
Now, see, this is the thing. This is absolutely... Do you know what? Actually, no, thank you for asking me that, yeah?
Because I don't get it.
Because that is ridiculous, bro. Because listen, let me tell you why. If you put hair oil in your hair, you need to keep the moisture in. This is... You need to keep the moisture in. If I put my hair... If I put oil in my hair and I go and lay down on my bed or something... It's all gonna come off, bro.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Or you know what I mean. Sometimes I've had it in, and I'm like, I really need this one to massage into the scalp. I need this one to massage into the scalp. So then I just keep the do-rag on. Do you know what I'm saying? Instead of putting a hat on, and the hat's gonna rub it all out and stuff. So that's why, bro. You know what I mean? This is why people be going bald at 20. This is why people be going bald at 22, bro.
Yeah.
22, 23, 24. Because you're not putting the do-rag on, bro. Look after yourselves, man. That's a tip. That's a tip from some culture cams.
Cams' tips.
Yeah, man. That's yours is crazy. That was crazy.
So, okay,
Come on.
look,
Come on, man.
I can say it. So, me and Cams have been speaking. Obviously, it's International Week, which is pretty much dead. I feel like we're all against the international break, especially as teams are getting into form and then it just stops, whatever. So, we was thinking about basically the best football players right now, currently, in our opinion. It's not just us, we've got Archie, a third opinion. Say Wagwan, Archie.
Wagwan.
Okay, never say that again. Never say that again.
Our production in the back.
Yeah. All right, so 5 players that we think are the best in football, and we have to rank them from, we'll say 5 to 1.
Yeah.
5 to 1, all right? Currently as well. So this goes down to, in our own opinion, and we're going to explain why we think this player is in that respected position.
Yes.
All right, so because Cams is obviously the boss of the show, he's going to start first with number 5.
Oh, okay. Let me look at my list.
By the way, guys, this is all our opinion, so... Actually, I want you in the comments chatting rubbish. I'll just message you something greasy. So I don't mind. And obviously, people listening at home or in your car or in the gym, let us know via social media as well. You can message us. You know how it goes.
Okay, so at number 5, I've gone Robert Lewandowski.
Oh.
I've gone Robert Lewandowski. He has 19 goals in 17 games this season. More than a goal-to-game ratio in La Liga and in the Champions League. He's scoring more goals than games. They're top of the league at the moment. And just to show how good his form is at the moment, people, last season he scored 19 goals in 35 games. The season before, he scored 23 goals in 34 games. He's on pace to absolutely obliterate that. You know what I mean? And he's older. He's 36 years old, but he's still a guaranteed bagsman. Bro, this guy came into the league, played against Benzema. Benzema, yes, he was injured, but outscored him in one season and won the league. Now, Kylian Mbappe and these men are there, and he's still running stuff. You know what I mean? He's still holding it down for the old gen. So, Lewandowski, I can never know how to say his name properly. Lewandowski.
Lewa.
I'll just call him Lewa. You know what I mean? That's my boy as well. You know, obviously, yeah.
They know.
Yeah. So, Rob, you know, Bobby. So, Bobby, yeah.
You're so shameless, you know. You're actually shameless.
So with Loa, I've got to put him in top. I've got to give an honourable mention to him. Not in the top 3 or top 2, but I think number 5 is perfect for him. Top of the league, bro. Hansi Flick football. I know this. HP called me and was like, bro, I've been watching Hansi Flick videos. You know what I mean? And listen, that is somebody that you actually want to watch videos of, because their football is absolutely swashbuckling. It's fast. It's transitional. That's the type of football you want to see in the game, man. Well, I want to see bring back anyway. So, yeah, man. Loa, proven goal scorer, doing it again, number 5.
All right, so my 5th player. Now, before anyone laughs at me and says, "Oh, you're only saying it now," but I have had an eye on this player before he became a household name. But it's Gyökeres. I've got him as genuinely, and the reason why I've got him number 5 is because what the players that I'm gonna pick have done ahead of him. It's been a consistent basis, isn't it? But what he is doing, he's not only putting Portuguese football on the map, but he's showing that he is a crucial player.
Yep.
Big game player. He's also not had the best of careers, Swansea, Bayern Munich, they've let him go, but his mentality has shown that he's an absolute beast.
Yep.
What a player to have. His goals already this season 18 goals
ridiculous.
in 23 games. Like
that's only the league.
23 sorry, I'll say that again. 23 goals in 18 games. Like it's nonsense. And I think obviously the people will look at the Man City game and be like, that was but he's been doing that.
No, he's been
doing that. And at the highest level in the Champions League against arguably the best team in the world, he scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
His eye for goal is sensational. He's very young, but he's strong. He's quick. He just knows where to score. And his link-up play is phenomenal. I think for us as United fans, it's a player that we really want to have. And obviously with Ruben at the club now, I think it might be an easier transition. But I've got him 5 just because.
Is there any tax on the division that he's playing in?
There will be, of course, and this is why I said, people may laugh and say, "Oh, it's an easy cop out, whatever." But it's watching him against City was his movement and how he was able to just learn from the defenders that he's going up against and learn their weaknesses very quickly.
He was bullying that Simpson Pusey.
But that was very tough for him to go up against a player who's that level. But I think when we look at the players like Haaland, Haaland's an incredible goal scorer, but we sometimes want more from him. And I saw a lot of that. And I think Amorim has done really, really well to figure out what he's good at. He's good at pressing. He's good in the air, left foot, right foot. He knows how to score a penalty. And for me, link-up play is very important and being able to, assist as well. So I think for me, he is definitely top 5 currently right now. Yes, you can say, obviously, he's playing in the Portuguese league, but when he does make that move to a bigger league, I think he will still bag a lot of goals.
Can Amorim do that with Rasmus Højlund? Can Amorim transform Højlund into one of the most feared goal scorers in the world?
Yes, I think he can. I think any manager can with Højlund. I think Højlund's definitely a talented player. I think what it is that, at Manchester United, it's been very difficult because we haven't been playing good football and we haven't been playing to, I think, his strengths. I think Højlund's a type of player that he is better running onto a ball rather than getting it to feet. I think we got to work to his strengths and then maybe build where we think that he needs to add to his game. But at this precise moment, I think Højlund is a great player. I think when you look at the goals he scored when he first signed against Bayern Munich and in the Champions League, they were very, very good goals. He's very strong and quick as well. But he's backs towards the goal a lot of the time, and I think defenders know how to deal with him. Once he becomes a bit more potent, and I think Amorim, especially with what he's done with Gyökeres, I think that can work. So yeah, I definitely think he can. So that's my 5th player.
Okay, cool.
Archie.
Oh, you got one, yeah?
Yeah, so I've gone 5th. I've gone Rafinha at Barca. They're top of the league at the minute. He got a hat-trick against Bayern in the Champions League. And a lot of the talk is around Yamal at the minute, and obviously Lewandowski, and rightfully so for both of them. He's taken the armband in a couple games as well, Rafinha. And for a man that's come from Leeds essentially to that, and they wanted him out at various points while he's been at Barca, it's an incredible turnaround. And he's got that kind of big game genetics, he's just built for the big moment. You can just tell he loves it. So yeah, I've gone Rafinha at 5.
Cool. So I've actually, to echo that, I've gone Rafinha at 4. 12 goals, 10 assists in 17 games. That's 22 goal contributions already in 17 games. And I mean, Archie just said it himself. It's the levels that he's rose to, from where he came from. And it's not only that. I value players that when I'm watching them, you're doing everything. He's pressing, he's driving with the ball, he's showing skills, he's scoring, he's assisting. He's been such an important part of what Barcelona are doing. And to be honest, maybe just on a status basis, I actually think he could be higher. I think maybe because of his status, I still look at him like Rafinha, that I've got him at 4. But if you're talking pure performances and what they're doing this season, Rafinha could easily be in the top 3, even top 2 this season. He is, if the season was to end right now, he will be arguably pushing for the podium of a Ballon d'Or. You know what I mean? So again, somebody that's charged, and that's what I'm saying. This front 3 that Barcelona have is incredible. Somebody that is leading, and it's the captain armband. I can't believe that he's got the captain armband at Barcelona. It's mad. But with what he's doing, it's such a surprise factor. And I actually think he's probably the biggest surprise of the season at the moment. I don't think, as much as he contributed towards the back end last season, it's like a transformation, man. He's a different guy. So there was a point they were going to let him go, remember? Not let him go, but they wanted Nico Williams in, innit? And it's like he said, what? I'm taking that personal. You see Lethal Shooter, he says, I understand it now. That Rafinha said, I understand it now. You know what I mean? And he's just gone absolutely nuclear. So I've got Rafinha in at 4th.
So I've got your boy, Bobby, at 4th. And I echo what you said earlier about Lewandowski. I think his age is, for him to be performing at that level is an absolute joke. But watching him this season, and we said this in a previous episode about what versions we like of players. This version of Lewandowski, I think, is prime. He's very effective. When he shoot, I want to look at his goal conversion ratio, because it must be a joke. Whenever he gets into that position, him versus a keeper, it just looks like it's going to go into the back of the net. But his link-up play, the way Hansi Flick has got Barcelona playing anyway, anybody can get into that attacking area. And that's why I love watching Hansi Flick play, because it's not, you stay in that position. There's a freedom for them to score, hence why there's so many goal scorers. But Lewa, literally, it's snapshots, it's headers, it's obviously penalties. He's devastating. I just think this is the most refined version of Lewandowski. And I think he could be higher, but the players that I've picked higher have just been, their all-round play has just been frightening. But Lewa has to be 4th for me. I was going to put him 3rd, but when you see who I put 3rd, I think it would make a bit more sense.
Okay. Is it Archie? Yep.
Yeah, so obviously we've got quite similar names across this, so I've gone a little bit different, right? And I can't say I've seen a whole lot of him, but his stats are just a joke.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Omar Mahmoud.
I knew you were going to say he was in my honourable mention.
Mate, 18 GA in 10 games in the Bundesliga, 18 goals and assists in just the league as well. It's included hat-tricks, it's included big goals against Bayern and stuff like that. And I just think with someone like statistically who's just gone that kind of ballistic, like, it deserves at least, like you say, an honourable mention. But I've thrown him in at 4th because, I know it's a slightly weaker league.
No, but his stats,
his stats are mad.
Are a joke as well. 21 goal contributions.
He's doing already, bits, bro. He's doing absolute bits.
Okay, I like that. That was a rogue shout.
That was literally on my honourable mention list. That I thought it is something that has to be mentioned. But okay, I'm actually gonna go 3rd place. It's tough. I think there's 2 that I've got like this, but I think I'm going to be a little bit biased. So in 3rd place, I'm going Mohamed Salah. I'm going Mohamed Salah. I think Salah is in incredible form at the moment. He's showing that right now, if the season was to end, you would probably say he's the player of the year in the Premier League. You know, a lot of people say that in the start of the season, Salah's always going crazy, you know what I mean? And it's the second half, and when it's the title running, people seem to have question marks around it. But we can only talk about what we're talking about, seeing right now. Salah is so key to what Liverpool are doing. He's actually got a large percentage of their goal contribution. Like if you break down how many goals they've scored and how many Mo Salah's actually involved in, I haven't got the stat in front of me, but it was quite a large percentage. I think it's like in the top 3 or something like that for teams in Europe. He's assisting. He's playmaking. He's now becoming their go-to for everything. You know what I mean? So when you're looking at their front 3, everything is rotating. It's 1 week it's Diaz, then it might be Gakpo, then it might be Darwin Núñez, whoever. But a mainstay, as always, is Mo Salah. And he's taken that importance on. You know what I mean? There's no talk about they need something, they need this. No, because Salah is doing what he needs to do. And he's scoring, bro. He's scoring big goals. Even in games where, and the one thing about Mo Salah has always been like, sometimes you talk about his performances, but he scores. But the fact that he still does that all the time, Arsenal game, you know, they went 2-1 down, bomb Mo Salah, equalizer. You know what I mean? All the time, it's just Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah. And the game against Brighton, I think it was, when they just broke on that counter-attack, and he just gets the ball, cuts in, and just bangs it top bins, Within seconds, he changed a 1-1 into a 2-1, 3 points, thank you very much. So at the moment, he's doing everything. Playmaking, goal scoring, affecting games. So I think we got to give a shout. I think right now he's the third best player in the world, and the only reason he's not in the top 2 is because I have an aesthetic. I like certain aesthetics and stuff. I like certain ways of performances. However, but Mo Salah, yeah, he's serious right now. Podium things.
Yeah, I agree with that. So my third place is I'm gonna go again, Rafinha. Now, the reason why I've put Rafinha third, is because I think he was very, very underrated for his position in Barcelona, and I think a lot of, like you said, they wanted a different player. They felt like,
You've got Rafinha third.
Yeah.
There's a big omission in your one.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. I'm ready to hear this.
Yeah, so the reason why I've gone Rafinha third, is because, like I said, I felt like for him to go from most hated to most loved in a season, it's got nothing to do with anything apart from his performances. Yeah. I think he is, along with Vini, I think them two are the best players in the Brazilian team as well. And I think if they can build their team around them two, they're in for a good place. I think the striker situation at Brazil has been a problem for a few years now. But when I watch him, I just feel like he can do anything he wants. And I think that feeling for any fan is great. When the ball goes to Rafinha, you think, okay, what's he going to do? Is he going to dribble past players because he can do that? Is he going to take a shot? He can do that. Is he going to assist? Like, he's got so much in his game and he's developing. And we look at the player that he was at Leeds, there was talent there, and you kind of felt like maybe it's because it's at Leeds. He went to Barcelona, it was kind of like, what's he doing there? Now we know why he's there. And I think for me, he is top 3 best players in the world by a mile. I think the distance between him and a lot of players in his position is huge. Yeah. And the goal contributions, as you mentioned before, they highlight that. So Rafinha's third.
First, is it number 2?
Archie.
Oh, you done 3?
So for 3, I've gone slightly rogue. I've gone Virgil van Dijk.
Wow.
And my reasoning is, right, so you've got a new manager that's come in and has done unbelievably well. But what I've seen from Van Dijk this season is he's taken on somehow more of like a leadership role at the back. And he's part of the best defence in the Prem, statistically. They're top of the league. We've got the armband every week. And I think he's actually one of those players that's kind of going to hit the twilight of his career and actually improve. I think he's one of those who, while sure his pace and his strength are something that are like just outrageously good, his defensive nous, and I mean, he's locked up every striker he's played against this season. And maybe, top 3 might be a bit of a stretch.
No, but he was in my honourable mention as well.
I think he's had a fantastic season, and maybe less talked about than perhaps other seasons he's had, where he's been, within Ballon d'Or shouts and stuff like that. He won't be that, this coming year or two, but I think it's worth a mention.
Yeah, shout out to Konate too, man.
Yeah.
Konate has been excellent alongside him, honestly.
But I think with Van Dijk, I want to echo what Archie said, he never looks like he's in trouble. And that's not because the players ain't good. It's just his understanding of where to be. I don't think I've seen him do a slide tackle, but he makes a lot of tackles. And one thing you see a lot with Van Dijk is this, telling the defenders where to be. And I think they must feel a sense of security knowing that this man is here. And you see that it has to be a mistake for them to be breached. And it says Virgil, a lot about where they are right now. Now, Virgil's been incredible. So it's not a mad shout from you, Archie.
Okay, cool. Number 2, I've gone Lamine Yamal. I've gone Lamine Yamal. I think this season, again, I'm going to... Because just to back stats all the time, you got to bring some stats, but you also got to bring feeling as well. So this season, he's got 16 games, 6 goals, 8 assists. Now, people are going to think, well, that's not on the level of Mo Salah. That's not on the level of Rafinha or lower. But performances, right? Remember, we're saying the best player in the world currently. Doesn't mean that I think he's currently necessarily better than the Mo Salah right now or whatever as a player, because I got to give respect to what Salah's done in the game, etc. But Lamine Yamal is carrying on from what? Just dominating the world with Spain. Euros with Spain. Let's not forget that. So carrying on from what he's done from the Euros at 17 years old to still continue, not a drop off, 6 goals, 8 assists, but it's not only that. Lamine Yamal is one of them players where I'm like, oh, you got me an assist. Thanks, mate. Like, I didn't even come here for that. I came here to watch you play football. And the way he leaves defenders, the way defenders even try to double up on him and he finds gaps, he doesn't see no double teams, bro. He just gets through them. The skills, the flair, the playmaking as well. This guy is playmaking like how Salah is playmaking now. And we had to wait from years for that for Salah. We had to wait for some years for that from Robin and certain people. But Lamine Yamal's already got this passing package, that I'm telling you now, he didn't even scratch the surface of it yet. He's doing outside the foot passes. He's doing cross-field passes. He's sliding it round the corner. Listen, the guy is showing that his talent is still untapped. And that is the crazy side of it. And I think right now, he is definitely one of the most informed players in the world and definitely one of the most feared players in the world. I'll be honest, I put him over Salah because of the feeling of watching. I love watching. I mean, listen, I've been watching Barcelona games this season. Like, it's been a long time I just left it, Barcelona, La Liga. I'm tuning into Barcelona because I want to watch Lamine Yamal, man. I think he's something special. If this guy, Mbappe is struggling to win a Ballon d'Or right now. If Lamine Yamal doesn't win a Ballon d'Or, I might just give up with this game now, bro. I might have to.
I hate
you. Just special.
No, he's a joke. He's a joke. I remember when we did a list of top tier young players, and Cam's had Lamine Yamal very high.
Yeah, especially.
And I was like, you might be bugging. And I remember going to the Euros, watching some games as well. I watched every single Spain game, to be
Remember
fair.
in the final, bro?
The final, it was
every
like...
time he got the ball, we were like...
They looked scared when he had the ball.
Bruv.
Trippier was like, get me off. Like, it was
short.
Oh, yeah, it was short. Sorry, in the final. But even so, like... Whoever he goes up against, I think it's frightening because, like you said, he finds gaps that don't even look like they exist. I think he's such a talented player, and he's got that feeling of like what we used to watch with football.
That's what I'm saying.
Was like, just be free.
Yeah.
And I think he's got the perfect manager of Hansi Flick because that is Hansi Flick's actual philosophy.
Yeah.
Be free. Allow my players to do what they want to do. And I think that's how you get the best of Lamine Yamal. So my second player is the Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah. I think this season, we speak a lot about, as I've spoken a lot about why I didn't rate Salah was because I didn't think that he played good football. I think he was a stat padder. But this season, he is just playing beautiful football. The passing, the effectiveness of his play, the goals, the assists. But it's the way he's playing that I'm in love with. It's not the goals and the assists because that is what we know Salah to have. But it's the way he's playing. When that ball comes on the right side, and I think with Arne Slot, the way they play, there's so much space for him to just destroy teams. That outside of the boot, he's perfected it.
Oh no, yeah. That's to be fair, he's got that.
He's absolutely
Salah's got that unlocked
perfected
now.
that. Like, do you know what I mean? And he's got like even though he's got so much goals and assists this season, he's being so selfless. He's allowing the likes of Diaz and Nunez, Gakpo to create chances, and I think him and Curtis Jones have gotten an incredible relationship. I saw in the last game where Curtis was like, I should have done that pass. He goes, just bring it round. Like, they understand what it is, and I think, just bring just bring it. You know what I mean? And I think Salah, I'm literally the eggs on my face. I think I've said a lot of things about him, and literally I was wrong. The guy is world class. He could be number one. It's that real. Like, he could be number one.
The top three for me is like...
He could be number one. Salah is him. And I've actually said this, and I'm not going to take it back. He is in my 11 all-time Premier League team.
Is he?
He's in my 11.
Okay, so wait, who are your wide men?
So, the thing is...
So Salah's on your right hand side.
I have to do 4-4-2, yeah?
Okay.
And
Salah's on your right.
Salah's on my right.
Who's on your left?
And it was going to be between Giggs and Ronaldo, right?
Okay.
And I was leaning towards
Hazard?
Giggs, Hazard is my preference.
Yeah, okay.
But if we're actually gonna have it right, what Giggs done on that left hand side, let's just stop it, right? But I would have to put Ronaldo there.
Yeah.
You don't win a Ballon d'Or in the Premier League and you don't get in that team, But
does Rodri get into your team though?
I'm old school, innit? I have to have the players that for me. Like, Rodri has done incredible. He's won a Ballon d'Or, and for me, he's been the best midfield player that we've seen in a long time, alongside Kevin De Bruyne, right? This is for another conversation, but Rodri wouldn't be right now in my... Like, I would probably have Cesc Fabregas over him.
No, that's fair, bro. That's fair, bro.
But going back to Mohamed Salah, I think he's just a joy to watch this season. I actually really enjoy watching Liverpool this season.
While just to jump on that, pause, but...
that was
Mo Salah, you've got in your 11, yeah? So where do you have Mo Salah in terms of Premier League?
He's top 5.
History?
He's top 5.
You have him in top 5?
He's top 5.
All-time Premier history?
He's top 5.
Wow.
He's top 5. Do you know what it is? I don't even care who...
And who's the ones that... Like, who's
Henry,
in that? You have to do order, but who's in that?
Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, Salah, and do you know what? It would have to be another Man United player who's done like.
So you have Salah.
I'd put Giggs.
Do you have Salah above KDB? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have Ryan Giggs in there as well. I think, do you know what? The other day, I had a conversation about what Ryan Giggs has done in the Premier League.
Oh, bro, he's the most underrated player now.
Yeah, and I think outside things have tainted people's view on Ryan Giggs, yeah. But since the Premier League, since class of 92 to when the man retired, yeah, was he not an ever-present player for Manchester United? The most Premier Leagues that any player has ever won, Ryan Giggs. The most appearances, Ryan Giggs.
Never be broken.
Most trophies in English football as a player. Ryan Giggs.
Does Ryan Giggs have the most appearances in the Prem? No, I think it's
Barry. But he's got the most appearances for Man United.
Oh yeah. I think he's got nearly 1,000 games for us.
Nearly, but it's not. It's not 1,000.
It's like 930.
It's a lot of games, and I think even when he was a bit younger, when he got a bit older and he went into midfield, we speak about when players are refined and they're just. It was him and Scholes in that midfield was just like. Can't you lot get better than us? That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
So he would have to be in my top 5. So would Salah. I'm sorry, man. I'm tired of pretending as if this man isn't an alien, bro. He's him.
You know what? And the thing is, obviously, off the field issues have obviously impacted things, but let's, as I said, my new favorite saying is let's have it right. You know what I mean? Let's have it right. He would have been, without the off field stuff, he would have been the first 2 names to get Premier League Hall of Fame, because they gave it to Shearer and Henry. Yeah, I think they would have given it to Henry and Giggs. Yeah, I think.
And also honourable mention, Cristiano Ronaldo when he met with Rio Ferdinand, when he was comparing players, Ryan Giggs was ahead of a lot of the players.
Him ahead of Cruz and shit.
But because you've got to look at how long he's been doing this for, and when Ronaldo came into the team. Ryan Giggs was the player. Yeah,
it's his transformation, bro.
Like,
it's as you just said.
We've seen. All right, cool. I'm gonna assist Giggs. Then we've also seen. I'm gonna control games. Giggs. Like,
it's incredible.
And the class of '92 will tell you, Giggs was here. Beck, Scholes, they were there.
Yeah, because you got to remember, Giggs broke through first as well. Giggs broke through first, and I think a lot of people forget that Giggs was actually playing first team. And in the class of 92, it's obviously class of 92 because they won the 92 Youth Cup or 92, 93 Youth Cup. He came back from the first team to play with them, and then we won it as well. So he was ahead of the curve. Beckham broke through 94, 95, I think it was. Scholes 94, 95. Like these guys broke through 95. Giggs was already 3 seasons deep. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, man. Honestly, bro, I think he's just become... You know, we spoke about it with like Dennis Bergkamp. We spoke about it with Didier Drogba. There's some players that I don't know why... Maybe because of stats, their game doesn't age well. It's like people just, you know what I mean? I think, like, I've said it many times. I think Rio, for example, is a legend. We're going to have him in probably top 3 defenders in Premier League history. But I think his game has aged much better than, for example, a Nemanja Vidic, a John Terry or whatever, because everyone's now playing like Rio. So it's like, oh, he was doing it then. Oh, he's the GOAT. Do you get where I'm coming from? Whereas in Nemanja Vidic, maybe that type of defending now isn't appreciated. Look like bullies that are not too quick. So now people talk about him like he's a bum. And it's the same thing with like Giggs. Oh, you look at his number. Mane has way more goals. Mane's better. Or you look at, you know what I mean? Some guys age really well, some guys age really well. And that's also, not to diss Rio. I just said he's top 3. But
you've got to look at the standard of players that we're playing against. Like, nowadays, it's, with all due respect to the Premier League and football right now, it's not hard, really, to score goals. Yeah. Back then, you had to work really, really, really hard. And it wasn't, like, you're talking about the Premier League. When we speak about Barclays Card heritage, we're talking about top teams that are 8th or 9th or 10th. Top players in those teams. And Giggs was doing that week in, week out. If you look at Giggs' compilations of, like, even if you've never watched him play, you look at the way he was playing. Yeah. Honourable mention to that goal against Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-final. Like, that was instinct. Like, that was Giggs in a nutshell. But
I was talking to Tef real quick. I was talking to Tef, and I used to basically tweet that. Look at all of Man United's like great goals or like legendary games. You're always going to see Ryan Giggs in having some impact in it. Always. And now I've made it a thing that anytime I see a Man United goal, I'm like, oh, look who it is type thing. Now Tef has started noticing. He's like, bro, I only noticed that once you said it. Yeah. And now, like, if there's something that he sees, he'll at me on Instagram.
Bro, Makeda's goal. Who passed it to him?
Giggs. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Scholes' volley, wasn't it Giggs' corner that got headed and then Scholes volleyed it against Aston Villa?
Who passed the ball to Michael Owen for that 4-3?
Bro, come on, man.
It was right.
Like, I'll get emotional now. Bro, I'll get emotional.
Roma, go and watch Roma when we beat them 7-1. 4 assists from Giggs on a plate, bro. People, it's like he's been erased. Like,
I remember even when. Oh, it's just long anyway. Yeah, Archie. Sorry, go on. Who's number 2?
So harking back to what Cam says, it's Lamine Yamal. I think there's actually a very decent argument to say he might be the best player in the world at the minute, and also the most important as well. I almost take it on that kind of MVP look at a player, right? He came out with a team at the weekend. They lost to Sociedad, and they looked tired without him as well. And I actually feel like that's them managing him a little bit better as well with these sort of little niggles and stuff like that. And like you say, it's more of like, it's also the aesthetic of a footballer.
Come on, man. It's what makes you fall in love.
He's the reason you want to watch Barca now. Like Cam said, it's like there was a period where Barca weren't necessarily such an attractive team to watch when they were going out and spending stupid money on Coutinho and Ousmane Dembele. And you've got someone they focused on La Masia now, and there's loads of players coming through. You've got your Cabrasis, obviously, Gavi, Pedri. I mean, there's so many more.
It's funny, Pedri's actually not from La Masia, you know.
Is he not?
No, everyone seems to think that. He's not from La Masia.
Was he Las Palmas?
He came from, something, or, one of those.
He was at Las Palmas, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But anyway, is he not La Masia?
No, he's not La Masia, you know. He's not La Masia, yeah.
He plays like it.
Yeah, he's like the most La Masia player to never come out of La Masia, yeah.
But yeah, you've hit most of the points, but it's Yamal. He's arguably number 1. I'm putting him number 2. But I mean, at 17 years old, he's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Are we going to have it right? Who's our number 1?
Yeah, I think it's unanimous.
I feel like he's done something crazy.
Yeah, he's put his head down.
I think you've gone for Rodri.
Okay, who have you two gone for?
It's Vinny Jr.
Vinny.
I've gone Salah.
Oh. Fairs.
I've gone
You ain't got Vinny in your top 5?
Nah.
Oh my God.
Explain yourself. All right, wait. Explain yourself because what?
Okay, this might be an omission. That I regret. I had to leave a list about 2 minutes before we came here. So that's me defending myself. He wouldn't be number 1 for me though, so I'll explain that one. Real Madrid just haven't been as good this season.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you've got players that are in trickier situations doing better. And Vinny, you know, he's an unbelievable player, and I do think he should have won the Ballon d'Or. I don't think he was robbed. I think robbed's a strong word, but back to Vinny, I think he's such an exciting and technical player, and he's direct, and he has had some incredible moments this season. I think
you know what?
He's not on that level with like Salah this season. This season, I don't think he's on Salah's level. Personally.
I look at it right, and I actually think Real Madrid being bad is actually kind of tainting what Vinny's doing. And you got to remember, Vinny has also, like, you got to remember his selfless nature. Vinny has given, I think, 3 or 4 penalties to Mbappe. If he wanted to stat pad, right now he would have 16 goals this season if he wanted to stat pad. But he's actually basically said, hey, Mbappe, go and get yours. So when I look at him, I still think he's exciting. He really needs to stop trying to...
19 goal contributions in 17 games.
Stop rainbow flick.
Yeah, he needs to stop doing that rainbow flick.
Can I say one thing about Vinny this season? I watched the game against AC Milan, and I also watched the game against Osasuna, right? What Vinny does amazing is take the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yes.
And I think...
responsibility.
A lot of the time, with Real Madrid, and when they were last season, when they won the Champions League and they won La Liga, you looked at them and like, Vinny was the big game player. He still is the big game player. You've added Mbappe to that mix, and it's kind of not messed up things, but there is now a focal point that we have to feed now because of number 1, he's there, and he's now in the positions that I was in. But Vinny this season, even down to Jude Bellingham, they're moving further forward because they're like, we can't sit down and wait for you to take the game. By the scruff. Vinny, even against AC Milan, there was chances that weren't getting finished from Mbappe. There was a header from Militao, which Vinny's created. Vinny this season, not like I don't prefer it because I want to see him winning, but I'm seeing him still do the same thing he was doing. It's just that the end product's a bit different because it's not all reliant on him. He scored the most goals for them. He is their most creative player.
Hat-trick v Dortmund.
Hat-trick against Dortmund. Hat-trick on the weekend against Osasuna. Could have been even more, but he's trying to square it to Mbappe. So like, when I watch him, I feel like I'm watching what Brazilian football was and should always be, which is skillful, fun to watch, pace, and embarrassing players. Even his goal, the last goal, I think he's the third goal against Osasuna. He just sent people shopping.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's a long kick from Lunin. He's controlled it and just like that is what I love to see. And I think with Vinny this season, because of what Real Madrid are doing, it's why people are saying, "Oh, he's not." He's still him.
Yeah,
he's still him. In finals, who's got a better stats than him in the finals? Champions League finals, whatever final he's in, Copa del Rey, he's bagging or assisting. That guy is clear. Like you speak of Lamine Yamal, and I know Lamine Yamal probably has a higher ceiling because he's doing it at a younger age. But Vinny, where he started from at Real Madrid, they wanted him out. Boo. Benzema said he's working against us. To now him being the face of that team, regardless of Mbappe being there. For me, it's undoubtedly.
I think the biggest compliment for Vinny right now is that Mbappe's in the team and there's no hesitation that he's better than him.
Yeah, there's not even a
There's
problem.
no, do you know what I mean?
Do you remember what I said to you a few seasons ago when he was at PSG? I said, Vinny's a much better player.
I think we had this discussion.
Much better player than Mbappe.
Like and it's like more evident now that they're next to each other. Now, albeit Mbappe's not playing in his favorite position. However, I'm just like, I remember I saw somebody basically say like, well, the funniest thing is if Mbappe was left wing, Real Madrid would be better. And I was like, I don't think you can necessarily say like they'll be better because he's better than Vinny. And I'm like, I don't think you can necessarily say that anymore. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of common consensus. It's kind of just like by name, just saying, oh, Mbappe is better. But you're seeing the two next to each other. You're seeing even like when it comes to the first touches and the way they control the ball. I'm looking at Mbappe and I'm like, you're not really technically on Vinny's level. You know what I mean? And that's the scariest part. So maybe you can be the best player in the world by being effective. You know what I mean? And this is the same way that people, what we disliked, as you just mentioned, you did an apology, but what we disliked about Salah, why is that not the same case for Mbappe? Let's have it right. We don't really be like, oh, I'm about to watch Mbappe ball. I don't have that feeling anymore. I have that for Yamal. I have that for Vinny. I have that for certain players in the game.
I think we used to with Mbappe.
We used to. That's the thing.
He's developed into this weird kind of, if he's not scoring, he's not doing anything player.
Yeah.
Which is kind of against what made him good.
Thank you. So before Mbappe used to be this sharp, like, go down the line. I used to love watching him. Now I just feel that, as you just mentioned, it's now like, I think a lot of players feel to be great, you just have to score. You have to put the numbers down. And the thing about Vinny is that Vinny will end the season still with 40 goals and assists, but there'll be moments where you're like, yo, that Vinny game. Yo, Vinny was. And that's the thing. And the reason why I've still got him one, and remember the word is currently, for me, he still should have been the Ballon d'Or winner. So we're talking about from Ballon d'Or level last season to this year, I'm still going to edge it. Now, it's a good argument. Salah could right now be playing better than, like, in this exact moment. But I still got to carry it on from Ballon d'Or level to now. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So that's why I've got that's my top 5.
Yeah.
That's why I got him number 1.
Well, I can't lie. I think the list is pretty much roughly the same, bar, me and Archie's omissions. But, yeah, I think down to the people that's listening and watching, let us know what your top 5 is as well. It hurts me to say this, but I got it wrong with Salah. He's a joke. He's absolutely a joke. But yeah, that's been our top 5 players in the world currently. We'll revisit this at the end of the season and see if any of those players are still there.
I got a question.
Yes.
So, Archie, you can answer as well. Have you got a question for me now, Quiz?
I'm supposed to, yes.
Yeah. But who's the one player that you've seen this season that you're looking at, and obviously after this international break, so you've seen up to international break, or maybe you haven't seen him, maybe he's an injured, whatever, I don't know, but he's due to return. Who's the one player that you're looking at? Not like a big name, don't say like flipping like someone major, but who's the player that you're looking at and you're thinking they're going to have a strong end season or put themselves in the market as like
Can I name a few players?
Yeah.
Or two? So one player, obviously, I saw him briefly when he was in France. Saw him at pre-season, and I thought this player's going to be great, amazing. Is Lenny Euro. Now, composure is something that you speaking about. What is now aging well in the game is players that on the ball they just don't look bothered, and they look like they can read the game really, really well. He's got a lot of pace. but also a great passer of the ball. And obviously his injury has obviously cut short his start to Man United. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. We've spoken very, very highly about him as well. But the player that I'm really I've enjoyed watching is Moises Caicedo.
Oh, okay.
This season, I think for Chelsea, the reason why they've got a lot of stability and they're getting good results is their midfield just looks like they've got the balance right between him and Lavia, right? But Caicedo is just playing great football. His passing has got better as well. He's getting into those tackles that we knew that he can do when he was at Brighton.
Yep.
And I think we speak about Cole Palmer a lot, we speak about Nico Jackson a lot, but he's protecting the back four a lot from their mistakes because I don't think the back four really is...
Nah, they're not levels.
It's not levels yet, but Caicedo, for me, I think he's been really good. And then my last player is Liam Delap. I think at Ipswich, I think that level... For them to come through the Championship and then come to the Premier League, they don't seem like a team that shouldn't be where they are right now. And their performances have been really good. And I think him and Smodics have been top this season so far against big teams.
They ain't got many wins, but they got their first
But it's the way they play.
Yeah.
Like when you watch Ipswich and when you watch those teams, it's not about winning all the games. It's about how they're managing against these teams. And I think Liam Delap has got it. He's got it in the locker. And to come from Man City to now be where he is right now, it's one of them things. It's kind of like he took the Cole Palmer route, which is like, if you're not going to play me, I'm going to go and show that I can do really well. So those are my three players, but the one I'm like, you're doing really well is Caicedo.
Yeah, mine's got to be Liam Delap for me. I think, listen, I've said from the start of the season, I said Project Retire Kane. That's what I said, 2026, Project Retire Kane. Because Kane... England, listen, we've seen it time and time again. Yeah, you're going to score a couple of goals, but then you're going to be jarring in the end and you're just going to actually be kind of a detriment to the team as much as Kane is a hitter. But looking at young Liam Delap, he is like a young Harry Kane, bro. The guy bangs the ball from anywhere, first and foremost, like left on the right. He's got mad running power. That's the thing about him. He can run in transition, which is key if you're going to play for a big team as well. He's strong. He can hold up the ball. Like, statistically, he's not really the greatest in the air at the moment, but we'll see what happens. That can always develop. And I look at him, and I look at his profile, and I'm thinking, like, yeah, big shout to Dom Solanke and all these type of guys. But I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? You're going to be the one that I think when it's finally time for Harry Kane to be like, hey, I'm done with my international career. I think it's going to be Liam Delap. And I think this summer somebody should already be taking him, and I'm talking about a big team. Yeah, he's 21 years old, but 6 goals in 11 Premier League games. That could potentially rise. Like, if he can get 13, 14 goals in the Premier League in your first season, that'll be more than he even scored in the Championship. So sometimes people think, oh, now it's just Championship. Bro, it doesn't. Translating in leagues, you can't really predict it. You just have to, the player just has to be ready for it. And that's what he is. Honestly, like, look at some of the goals that he hasn't scored, some of the attempts that he's made. I remember one, he ran the length of the pitch, right? And then smacked it, hit the post. Another one, he got the ball off the left-hand side and whipped it, hit the post. Like, he is a threat from all angles. Like, honestly, bro, they're talking about Gyökeres. If I'm United, I'm bringing Liam Delap to Old Trafford, bro. Ruben Amorim, listen to me, bro. Listen to me, bro. Listen to me.
You say Chiefs guy,
bro, I'm yeah, that's what it is, bro. Listen to me, bro. Trust me.
Archie.
I've got a couple even. I've got mainly from like lower Premier League teams, and they've had like a good start to the season, but I want to see him like kick on even further. Carlos Baleba at Brighton.
Yes.
He is. Oh, every time I watch Brighton play, I swear every time the camera changes angle, he's there. I don't understand how he does it. He covers a stupid amount of ground. And he offers more attacking wise than I thought he would. I thought he'd just be an all action 6/defensive 8, but he's given a little bit more on the ball as well. And I think for a Brighton side that play this really sort of frenetic, exciting football, he kind of suits that down to the ground. And I think like second half of the season, it's going to be really interesting to see how they do under Hertzler, but also how he does personally, because I think they've got something really good going there.
Yeah, 100%.
Second one's a little bit of a kind of Smith Rowe. I think at Fulham, it's a kind of biased one. I absolutely love him. He's one of my favourite players to watch. It was Carragher that said it. He said they had that unbelievable quote that Smith Rowe's the best player he's seen run with the ball in the Premier League. Just full stop. Just the way he runs with the ball. Not necessarily like the best player, but he excites you. He's one of those players that when you like, with all due respect to Fulham, like you're going to watch Fulham and you got Emil Smith Rowe there. He's running. He's absolutely running stuff from midfield. And I think he's got a couple of goals already. He's setting into that system that Marco Silva's got there. And they're playing some really good football. Yeah. And I think Smith Rowe's been at like kind of crux of that. And the last one is a special shout out to Evan Nilsson. at
Oh,
Bournemouth.
yeah. No,
They've not missed a beat.
Bournemouth.
They've not missed a beat. They play such good football.
I prefer Semenyo.
Semenyo's
I
a
like
joke.
Semenyo.
Though.
I
But
like
Evan Nilsson,
Semenyo.
though, he started off a few games where it was like, this is the player that we've signed. He signed from Porto, right?
Yeah, big
and
money.
he was like, okay, it's going to work. But he found it. As soon as he scored one goal, that was
confidence.
it. He's off.
And Semenyo's the man right now.
Yeah,
And
I
we've-
like him.
But I feel like Evan Nilsson, we haven't actually seen the best of him yet. 'Cause He's got a couple of goals here and there, but they've missed. They've not really missed Solanke. They've lost their arguably greatest player of all time, and they've not missed a beat. And I think he's going to show, in terms of excitement to see after the international break, that's someone that when Bournemouth are playing, I'm going to be keeping a keen eye on because he's got this high pressing mentality. He's a kind of old school kind of throwback striker. He's almost like a better Alfredo Morelos in the way he plays in a weird kind of comparison. But yeah, they're my three.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good ones. Good ones.
Well, I've got a quiz.
Yeah.
Little quiz for you. Do you want to do this with Archie or do you want to do it on your own? Because this one,
Give it Cams.
Is this one tough?
this is tough.
Let's give it a go.
So I want you to name
Yeah.
the top scoring defenders, top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah. I'm going to give you one clue though, yeah? One of the players is now playing as a defender because it's different.
Okay.
He's now playing as a
Yeah.
defender.
Yeah.
But in his career, he played
Ashley Young.
There you go. He's number
Okay.
one.
He's number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
49 goals.
All right. John Terry.
Number 2,
Yeah.
41 goals.
David Unsworth.
Number 3, 38 goals.
Ian Hart.
Yes. Number 6, 28 goals.
28 goals is number 6. Okay.
But it's not that much to 10.
Okay. So 10. Okay. How much has 10 got? Can you tell me how much 10's got? Goals? 10?
25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like 13 or something.
No,
okay.
25.
25.
So
Okay.
you've got Ashley Young, John Terry, David Unsworth,
And Ian Hart.
and Ian Hart.
Okay. Top scoring defenders.
Setting a little time for you.
Trent.
No.
Not made it yet. 25 goals. Leighton Baines.
Leighton Baines is there. I just went back
Yeah.
to see where Trent is. Trent's not in the top 17, actually.
Oh, okay.
Leighton Baines is 5th with 32 goals.
Wow. Okay. So I've named the top 6.
Yeah. Not top 6, but you've named 6 players.
Okay, I've named 6 players. Risa.
No.
Okay. Irwin.
Nah.
Wow, Irwin's not there.
Nah.
Dennis Irwin. This is a guess. I don't think I'm real. Ivanovic?
No.
Man. Is there some centre backs in it?
Yeah.
Virgil van Dijk.
Nah.
Wow.
You're missing a very obvious one as well.
A very obvious centre half.
Yeah. And a few ones that you're like, ooh. So I expect you, based on you, to get 9 out of the 10.
John Stones.
No.
Steve Bruce.
No. Because that would not be Premier League as well. 'cause
Oh
he's-
yeah, true. It's not Tony Adams. I'm missing a very obvious difference. Sol Campbell?
No.
Oh my goodness. A very obvious. Oh, he bags goals. Oh, Gary Cahill.
There you go.
There we go.
Number
Yes.
6. He's
Gary
joined
Cahill.
6 with Ian Hart with
Yeah.
28
Goal.
goals.
He's a bagger.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 or 7.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
6.
So
Okay.
you're missing 4.
Clues on positions.
Fullback, centre back, 2 centre backs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
2 centre backs. Nemanja Vidic.
No.
No.
Now the other one, the person who's 4th, I don't even know him, so I don't expect you to get that player.
You don't know him.
Nah, way before our time.
Really?
Yeah.
Way
Well, I
before
mean,
our
they
time.
they retired 2002 and they started playing 92, 93. And I can give you the clubs they played for: Oldham,
Newcastle?
Ipswich, Leicester, and Bolton.
Oldham, Ipswich, Leicester, and
Bolton. Yeah, let's just have it right. Come on, man.
Oldham, Ipswich, Leicester, and Bolton.
Yeah.
Steve Sutton.
No, Steve Sutton. Steve Sutton. All right, I'm gonna have to give you 45 seconds.
Okay. And centre backs and fullback. A fullback that scores goals. It's not Irwin.
I'll give you a
It's not
clue for that
Cole.
fullback. Yeah, a lot of his goals were
Pens.
free kicks and rocket launchers.
And it's not Risa.
Nah.
Free kicks and rocket launchers. And it's Ian Hart is the banger. John O'Reilly, it's not John.
When I say this player, you're gonna be like, oh my days.
Shame.
You got 30 seconds.
Okay. This is
This is really tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy. All right, that's your time.
Damn.
So, number 10 is William Gallas.
Oh, fuck off, mate. I wouldn't have got that.
Number
It's
8,
not on my
joint
mind at
8th
all.
is Steve Watson.
Who's that? The Leicester guy?
Yeah, he played at Leicester. He played at
The Ipswich and Oldham guy?
No.
Oh, I was like, I said Steve
He didn't play
something.
at Leicester. Sorry, he played at Newcastle.
Oh.
You know Steve Watson. He played at Everton for like a majority of his career, but like Aston Villa, Newcastle.
Okay.
Now the fullback I said, joint 8th for Steve Watson is Marcus Alonso.
Oh! Yeah, bro, he scored that many.
Yeah, scored a lot of
Ah,
goals.
to be fair, he played for Bolton as well.
Yep.
He scored
And then
some
the number 4, Ian Marshall.
Nah, I've never. Who the hell is Ian Marshall, bro?
Right, let me show you
What's
what he
his
looks
style
like.
of play,
Let me show you what
bro?
he looks like.
Oh my gosh, he's a bagger,
Yeah, bro, 33 goals.
bro. He scored
6
8
assists.
goals in a league campaign, bro. From
And Marcus Alonso,
is he a penalty taker?
His stats though, 26 goals,
goals,
16 assists. So
Yeah, it's
decent.
cold.
So you got 6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's actually very
For
good
that
when
one,
you think
that's
of
not bad.
the players.
Ian
innit?
Marshall, Steve
Come
Watson.
on, yeah,
come on,
man. So,
Gallas.
yeah, Gallas. Well, he scored for like 19 clubs. in
Bro,
Premier League.
yeah,
Probably play for every
Gallas,
single
yeah.
club. But yeah, that is the end of Inside Scoop. I hope you enjoyed
Damn.
watching and listening. We'll be back next week for another episode. Big up Archie as well, making his debut.
Yes.
Because we ask him questions, but you lot can't hear him, so I thought let's just get him a mic as well. But yeah, see you next week.